everybody. Welcome to Pep Talks. I'm Eddie Pepitone, and I am with Steve Lally. Steve, say hello.
Hey, everybody. Great to be back.
And our producers with us today, Matt Rasamoto.
Oh, hey, you got it right.
Did I? Is that how you pronounce it?
We've known each other for 12 years, and you finally got it right.
You know, I have a certain type of dyslexia, and I'm not making fun of people with dyslexia because, you know, I've matured. I used to make fun of people with dyslexia, like I would yell out a window, "Hey, you're backwards," or whatever. Like I would.
You should have heard him at our meeting before we came here. We met a woman named Amarita. He kept calling her Amaretto through the entire meeting.
I have a problem with certain types of brain function, is what the doctor told me. Like he said to me, "Your brain function is not working."
When were you diagnosed with that?
In Germany, in Heidelberg.
What year?
1977.
Wow.
Dr. Heinrich Kleskin.
Was there any kind of treatment you could have undergone?
Well, he wanted to massage me, and I felt like, I don't know.
If you're all the way in Heidelberg, you got to get the massage. Well, I mean, why would you not?
I didn't. Is Heidelberg known for massages?
Oh, yeah. It's
really?
It's in the name if you translate it out.
I know Tommy Hegel was like the chair of the philosophy department for a while. Are you familiar with Hegel's dialectical materialism, Stevie?
Not at all.
It was dialectical materialism, which I know Rasamoto.
Matt's familiar with.
Oh, yeah.
Is like point counterpoint type of thing. He thought history was a dialectic. Anyway, let's not get too fucking. Let's because you know we're talking to the average person out there. People are struggling out there. People are like most people now have jobs in ammonia factories. I believe is what
all the ammonia factories have been shut down and moved overseas. China, we get all our ammonia. It's all Chinese ammonia now.
It's all Chinese ammonia. Hey Frank, can you pick me up some of that Chinese ammonia? I think I know somebody, yeah. All right, good. I need 3 bottles of it. Me and Kit are going to wash the kitchen. By the way, Kit is one of those names. Could be guy.
Could be a car.
Could be a car. Could be a woman. You know? All right, so today we were going to discuss a little bit about jelly donuts and the end of civilization.
Yeah.
Now, I'm vegan, but Voodoo Donuts has some really great vegan donuts.
Voodoo Donuts.
And I've just cut out sugar, or mostly. I've just done it. I'm 24 hours in. Pray for me, folks.
You've been shaking today. Is that what that's from? All your shaking?
No, someone's following me. But anyway, quitting sugar for anybody out there is not easy. And I realize that if I don't quit sugar, I'm going to become diabetic. So I really need to quit.
You really are 24 hours into this fast?
Yeah. Now, when I say quit sugar, I'm saying it's okay to have a pint of ice cream every couple of hours. Right. No. I'm me. I could have fruit. Like some people are hardcore.
Any natural sugar, like if it's coming from a tomato or a potato.
Right. Oh, do I know a tomato?
You gotta wean yourself off the sugar, though. You gotta start like, a pint of Ben and Jerry's, and then eventually end up with like Halo Top or something, and just
Halo Top will cure anybody of a sugar addiction.
What is the fuck is
It's
Halo?
awful. That's the sugar talking right there. They have great vegan ice cream now.
Halo Top?
And Halo Top is not one of them. Let's put it that way.
What about Malitol? Do you know what that is?
Malitol is for stomach upset.
No.
Ask your doctor about Malitol. No, that is not an ice cream.
Malitol is the fake sugar they put in diabetic chocolate. Have you ever eaten it? You can get some at Trader Joe's.
I don't want diabetic chocolate. That whole name, diabetic chocolate, just seems like it's somewhere I don't want to go. You know what I mean?
You don't want to. I
Yeah.
accidentally ate a bar of that once, and I'm not going to tell you what happened, but you can use your imagination.
Diabetic chocolate sounds better than Malitol.
Malitol is in diabetic chocolate, Matt.
Just the name, branding wise.
Yeah.
I'll eat a pound of Malitol before I eat a pound
Are
of
you in the
chocolate.
mood for a sweet? Have you tried Malitol? What diabetic chocolate do you use when you're feeling racy? Well, let's go to a call.
Yeah, definitely.
We have our first caller today is a gentleman, and dare I call him a gentleman? Lucas, here we go.
Hi, Eddie. This is Lucas calling you again. Great show last week. That was so funny. Anyway, I had kind of an interesting story about burning bridges. On Facebook, I ran into, I was notified that it was my 5-year Facebook anniversary from an old friend from high school. And we haven't talked in about as much time either. But I just wished him a happy Facebook anniversary or whatever. And I said, you just weren't expecting jewelry, right? Kind of a stupid joke. And he said, well, I better at least get some flowers. Well, I, of course, nothing better to do, said, well, no, I will send you flowers, but I'll write you a poem. So I wrote him like a 3 or 4 verse limerick. And here's the limerick, and you tell me if this is too off-putting and deserves freaking 0 response that I got in return from. Anyway, here's the limerick. When I was young, I knew a fellow named Keegan. He knew it all about what soon would begin. But he dropped the mic in England and the Queen came again for the first time in decades, and now we're all reeling from the feeling. And she enlisted the man for his prose, but was focused on what could have rose from the bulge that boldly shows. Her temptation grows, and his wife, the Queen, needs it, she knows. And now world peace for a short time is nigh, but the Queen has quit conquering isles. Nothing as exotic in the world resides as Keegan and his angle in her mind. I realized it just got weird, but I couldn't help but do one more to try to soften the blow. There once was a time for 4 pints a day, 1 pint of gin and 3 pints of ale. Now I fear what all may become once I'm gray, so I smoke till I'm silly unless only coin for ale. Which kind of is a stupid move. But anyway, I really feel like I put a lot of effort into that. And I'm pretty sure he's just blowing me off. But anyway, bridge burnt. I wonder if you have any good burning bridges stories. Anyway, thanks, guys.
Wow.
What do you think?
I think he could be in the trunk of somebody's car somewhere. He might. That was a beautiful poetry. I don't think he's blowing you off, Lucas. I think he's either didn't understand or he's been kidnapped.
In other words, you loved it.
Yeah. If someone wrote me that, I would be. Wow.
Well, or he doesn't have a good sense of humor because, obviously, the poem about the Queen, it had a lot of fucking in it. Like,
Who wouldn't want to be fucking the Queen?
No,
in the Queen.
In the Queen, on the Queen, with the Queen.
It's just that they barely knew each other, And, I would have started with the poem for, like foreplay, like, you know what I mean? Like this is what I would have done, Lucas. I would, instead of like going right to like, the guy's dick is hard. I think I got that. Just start saying, I gave the Queen a couple of butterfly kisses, and I bought her, a nice dress, and we had an apartment near the ocean. Like,
gosh, you're an old-fashioned guy, Eddie.
Not that old-fashioned, Yeah, I like to fucking fight by the docks, but I don't think I'm that old-fashioned. What do you think, Matt?
I think it's 2019. If somebody does not respond to your poetry right away, especially if they go through the trouble of writing a good old-fashioned limerick, you don't need them in your life. You don't need them in your life.
You don't need that guy, by the way.
No.
Lucas.
Your poetry could have been better used on somebody who would appreciate it.
Like this show or a sea captain. Sea captains love to receive.
Man.
But have you ever noticed that there are not many sea captains on Facebook?
No.
Like, a guy with the corn, like his profile picture, corn cob pipe.
Yeah.
And like just a wave, like, it's like, let's just say it's a Robert Shore type of guy. And he's like, hi, welcome to my Facebook page. I'm hunting marlin. Now, it wouldn't be, the white shark anymore.
Send me your limericks.
Send me your limericks. Do you have any burning bridges story?
Oh, God, yeah.
Go ahead.
Plenty. Why don't you go first? You probably have a better.
Oh, to buy you time?
Yeah, I have to try to choose one that isn't.
Or
too,
were you just being deferential? Like, you know, Eddie, I could go first.
I could go first, but I really don't want to tell certain stories.
I've burned bridges before, but mine are never done. Like, you know, through limericks. I'm just, you know, kind of a hothead, you know, who goes, oh, really? Really? Well, then how about fuck you? How about fuck you? How's that? You know? And then someone who I didn't think would take it, you know, that hard takes it really hard, and they don't want to talk to me just because of how, like, my anger is kind of like flashpoint anger. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, all right, fuck it.
I set up a fake email address in 2003 so that I could deal with people who are rejecting me as a comedian.
Are you serious?
I created Marty Cohen as to represent me so that I could tell people to fuck off as somebody other than me.
That sounds actually quite cathartic.
It was very, very good, man. It was really good. I set up him a MySpace page, and I set him up a Facebook page, and and I would tell all kinds of people to fuck off.
That's
Comedy
very
clubs.
funny. That's very funny.
Marty Cohen's my agent. Is that
That's
you?
Steven.
Yeah, it's me.
That's Steven.
I've been
explains-
representing you.
that
That
explains
explains
my
why you're
career
not
path.
getting any work.
It sounds like a great time for an ad. And
Yeah.
this is from Love Apathy. And these are written by Matt Rasamoto. And he's right across from me. So, do you want to read this one? I don't know if you've ever read a commercial on the air.
He actually gets off on other people reading
All
it.
right.
He's
All right,
a
so I'll do it.
comedy voyeur.
So, Love Apathy. Who is going to kiss you into the new year? Fun fact. By federal law, your spouse must kiss you on 3 occasions. 1, to seal the marriage. 2, at your open casket. This is when they used to be funny. 3. You remember when I would lose it during these commercials? I would lose it during these commercials, and that's at your open casket. 3, ringing in a new year. One could argue that being spat on is basically the same as a kiss. But how sad is it if no one is there to spit on your face during your own open casket? If you've lost sleep thinking about that, maybe it's time you tried Love Apathy. Unlike those swipe to fuck dating apps, Love Apathy helps you center your next relationship around what really matters, the ability to spend your life next to a special someone whom you barely feel a need to interact with. Most relationships are based on sexual passion, but those burn out too soon, leaving you feeling empty with a need to move on. Long-lasting relationships work when both people see each other as a benign lump that can occasionally help with the bills. Download Love Apathy and find a romance along the emotional equator of, let's say, how a frog loves a lizard. Love Apathy.
Now that is an old that is one of the first commercials.
That is a funny one, yeah. And it's a great sponsor. They've been with us for a while.
Yeah,
and
they're sponsoring our show that's coming out soon.
I have nothing but great things. I have nothing but great things to say about Love Apathy.
Can we talk about the show? Can we say anything about the show? Can we just say there's a thing?
What do you mean?
Oh yeah, Eddie and I have a show coming out called Comedians Without Cars Getting Soda that we co-created that will be coming out through ATC. I mean,
ATC is our podcast network.
Yep.
They are all things comedy.
Yep.
The network started by Bill Burr and Al Madrigal. And yes, Comedians Without Cars Getting Soda. Our first guest is Sam Tripoli.
Oh, it's great.
We were on Lime scooters. Spoiler alert, I fall. And I have a helmet camera on, and you'll see me fall. So that's something to look forward to. And I pulled the ribcage muscle, which is still a little sore.
Eddie paid the ultimate price for his stunt life.
I did.
In Hollywood that you didn't know he had.
That's right. Please look for that. I'm going to announce a tour. I'm going to be touring in November and December with JT Habersat. And JT, we've booked a bunch of cities, and I'm going to announce that very shortly. Okay, I'll announce it now. No, I'm kidding. I'll announce it soon. What about you, Steve?
Yes, I'll be out of town, which is one of the reasons we're doing these beautifully taped things that you're seeing now. I will be at the Coconuts Comedy Club in St. Petersburg, Florida, St. Petersburg Beach. That
Coconuts?
is
Are the Marx Brothers opening for you?
They are.
That's just an old film reference. I'm looking toward the camera.
Not to brag.
Go ahead.
I'll be in the St. Thank you for
Yeah.
That might be the funniest promo I've ever had for a comedy tour. 12th through 14th of September. If you're there, and there's going to be other dates around the Southeast as well. I think I'll be in Sarasota, Florida, on September 7th. I don't know the exact venue yet, but look, keep track of me on social media.
Yeah, and what I love about Steve's tours is that he always books it in the heart of hurricane season,
yeah.
and it's on the Gulf Coast, and anything can happen, baby.
I just do that because Eddie calls me more often to check in on me because he really cares, because he knows I was stuck in the middle of those hurricanes one year.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. So this is a mini Pep Talks, and it's Pep Talks is still on break, but we will return soon. As always, if you like what we got, show it by clicking like or subscribe or whatever the thing is from where you are. We have a website, peptalkspodcast.com, and from there you can donate money or we will kill Stephen Lally. Sorry, Stephen, but it's hard times, buddy. Leave a message, 424-262-0904, like the one you heard from Lucas. Email us at fanmail@peptalkspodcast.com. Visit peptalkspodcast.com. Our engineers, today we have Emma Erdbrink in the studio and Aaron Brungardt. And our producers, Matt Rasamoto, and we'll see you next time.